Why women shouldn't give dating advice to men, as I'm giving dating advice to men. So I realize I'm being a hypocrite here. Hear me out. Okay, so I saw this social media post and I'm gonna read it. A woman says, why are you as a man listening to male dating coaches? Are you trying to date other men? No? Then listen to women. And then a man comments, very naive take. Women will tell you what they think they want, not what they actually want. Listening to women will lead to failure. And then a woman responds, good Lord, do you hear yourself? Listening to women will lead to failure. Why is it that so many men refuse to believe that women might actually know what we want? I fully agree with what the man said. Women give advice from the chooser seat, because the reality for dating for women is we have men approach us, we've got men talking to us, we have men liking us on dating apps, and then we choose among the available choices of who we want to date. We don't typically reach out to the man that we secretly want. We're secretly hoping that he'll reach out to us. So the dating dynamic for men are different because they see a woman they like or a couple women they like and they're like, okay, I gotta figure out how to win her over, how to attract her to me. And men can't just be themselves right off the bat. That's usually not enough. And I'm not saying men are misleading in any ways, but you gotta gradually open up to them and get to know them. But you have to do it in a good way because your first impression is everything. If he doesn't do everything perfectly, typically she won't even give him the time of day, even if he secretly was like the perfect man for her. And what that man meant, I feel, when he said women will tell you what they think they want, but listening to women leads to failure, is anyone who has gone on social media and flipped through the videos, women will be like, oh, I would know how to be the perfect boyfriend. I would buy her flowers every day. I would pay for everything. I would open the door for her. And a lot of women in actual real life who experience that feel like he's too clingy. He's too overbearing. Feel like he's too much too soon. Feels like, she avoids him. She puts him in the friend zone because she likes the attention she's getting from him, but she still doesn't find him attractive enough to date. Unfortunately, too many men have seen it where it's like they watch a woman date a man that treats her like crap. I'm not saying you should treat women like crap, don't do that, but that seems to be a common theme. What women are actually describing when they describe what they want is they're describing what feels good after the attraction is already there. Like, I absolutely love that comment where two men are approaching a woman, and because one of them is not attractive to her, she wants to call HR. But they both said the same thing. And most men know that women describe the ideal behavior, not what they respond to in real time. Not only that, but it's easy for women to say that men should do all these things because women never have to face the consequences of men initiating. They get to just enjoy the process of receiving that attention. Men have to constantly absorb silence, judgment, rejection over and over again, and then they're still expected to show up the next day and ask out another woman with confidence, and it's constant. A man might have to be rejected 50 times before he even gets a date. There's no one size fits all because all women are different and all approaches have to be different. So this advice stems from a thing of women not understanding what men deal with on a daily basis. Not understanding what it's like to constantly be rejected, because a lot of women have never experienced rejection before because they've never asked out a guy. And yes, all women have dealt with some rejection in their daily life, but for a lot of women, it's much less than the rejection men have faced. Also, have you seen videos of a woman asking out a man? Usually, oh my gosh, the man lets her down so easy if he's not interested, if he's married or whatnot. That's why I think a lot of women should just start approaching men because they're better at rejecting them. I know of countless men who have tried to reach out to a woman, tried to initiate contact, and she said something like ew, or made fun of him, or said something rude to him. Do women have any idea how much that hurts? Getting rejected is hard enough as it is, but to be told that you're ugly or gross? But men have to risk rejection, and women risk what? Discomfort for a moment? And women tend to base this type of advice based on the few men that actually succeeded in what they've done. The few relationships they know that worked out well. The few people they know that are taken. Also, a lot of advice that women give ignores men's self-respect and boundaries. He's supposed to just give. I mean, that also kills polarity. Because most women, while they may say they want a yes man, really don't. Especially if they're looking for a man that's actually going to lead and make decisions. He can't just blindly agree with you on everything. Otherwise, that's not how you lead. Also, this type of advice underestimates how fast attraction can vanish for a lot of women. You're liking him a lot, and then out of nowhere, he does one little tiny thing wrong. Poof, no more attraction. You're done. That's it. And men know that, and they have to adjust accordingly. That's why it's such a delicate balance, and why so much dating advice for men from women is not helpful. Women are allowed to show up, be genuinely themselves, and men will find them attractive either way, because men tend to be more tolerant with women being unique individuals and having certain characteristics. Heck, a woman can live with her parents into later ages, and a lot of men are going to be okay with that. That's not necessarily a deal breaker, whereas a woman sees that as immediate deal breaker. There's a lot of little things like that women can get away with that men can't, like driving maybe a really rundown car. For a lot of women, that's not going to be a deal breaker for men, but for a lot of women being attracted to men, that's going to be a problem if his car's like in bad repair or whatnot. I mean, even a man that doesn't own a car, that's automatically a deal breaker for most women. So again, this dating advice ignores all of those things. If women genuinely only cared about the qualities that women make dating advice for, like, oh, I want a man that opens the door for me, I want a man that's going to buy me dinner, whatever it is, if that's all men had to do, I mean, no man that wants a relationship would even be single, because it would be that simple. It's like, oh man, you need to take her out and pay for her first date for the dinner, and that's how you win her over. It's that simple. Attraction's not that simple. It really is not. But with women being in the chooser seat, yeah, of course it's easy for us. And again, this world would be a better place if women had more empathy for men and their struggles and what they deal with. But men can't complain about it, men can't talk about it, or they're shut down and shamed immediately.